What's up, you guys? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Topic of Discussion. I am your host, KJ All Day, and joining me is...
We got the one, the only, Ali the Guru.
Yep.
And I am Mike Mo.
And joining me today, we have two of probably the greatest people on the planet.
I'll take that.
Two of my greatest of friends. Got a best friend, a brother. Yeah. We have Nate and Montez Fifer. Nate, introduce the people to you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Nate Nash. KJ's my best friend. These are my guys. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
Nate Nash challenge.
We got
And
Montez
here
Fifer.
we have Montez Fifer, black and educated.
CEO. Okay.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks, KJ.
Let's do it, man. Hey, y'all ready? Man.
Yeah, we're ready for this.
Y'all ready for this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Came
What
out
you got?
in here.
Hey.
I'm excited.
Today we talking about truth and lies. Truth and lies.
Okay.
Interesting.
So man, let's start off with the lying. We know that damn near people lie every day. People probably lie every day.
Yep.
So I want to ask y'all, why do y'all think that people lie?
They're not comfortable with the truth. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like, okay, I used to lie to people when I was a little younger. And the main reason was because I wanted to say something that was favorable to them rather than being comfortable with just telling them the truth and just being good with that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a such thing as a good lie?
Yes, I do. If my girlfriend, if I had a girlfriend, single ladies, but if my girlfriend was like, babe, do I look kind of big in this? I'd be like, no, you look fine, honey. Even if she did look kind of big. I mean, you gotta.
But are you doing her any justice though when you say that though?
You're not.
You're not really doing
It's
her
an
any justice.
outfit, though.
I know.
I
but
mean,
Montez,
I don't want to tell her, no, you look terrible.
I know, but if you come out and you say, "Oh, you look great" or "You look fine," she's gonna think that that looks good. So
And
she's
confidence is everything.
She's gonna continue to do that. It's not gonna help her better herself.
In this particular moment, I just might want to, she might be having a bad day, and I don't want to add to that. I want to be like, you look fine, honey.
I
Like,
think it's
yeah,
better to
with it.
tell the truth in a good way. Because
The
think
truth
about
in a
this.
good way.
Think about this. If you tell your girlfriend
Yeah.
that she looks good and she really doesn't, and she goes out into the rest of the world,
I didn't
and
say
all of a
look,
sudden,
not that she she's gonna look good, but like she may look a little thicker than another outfit. Not that she looks bad. I wouldn't let my girlfriend go out there looking terrible. No,
I got you.
That's not what I'm
So
saying.
Ali, let's say that your lady she cooked a nice meal, just sweating over the stove, went to the grocery store, about all this stuff, and you eating the food, and it tastes like some dog food.
that's a good lie.
What do you do? What do you do in that situation? Do you be like, man, this is good? I'll be like, babe, this is not good.
Okay. So currently, right now, with Deanna, she is in that situation. So where she's like learning how to cook. No, I mean not that particular situation, but I mean in a situation where she's learning how to cook like different meals, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. I don't necessarily lie, but I let her kind of figure that out for herself. So we eat dinner, and then she'll tell me, and then I'll just like, oh, it's not bad,
you say it like that?
Yeah, I'll be like, it's not bad. And then she'll be like, nah, I don't really like it. And I'll tell her, what don't you like about it? And then if it's like something that, I pretty much, I don't lie, but I try to get her to say what I'm trying to say.
All right. I believe that we lie to people that we really care about. I believe you lie more to the people you care about than the people you don't care about.
I agree.
That's true.
Can you agree to that?
I agree. Yeah.
Because I was having a conversation the other night. Let's say that you cheated on your girl, right? Let's say you cheated on your girl.
Somebody cheated on a girl, yeah.
And your girl asks you, have you been cheating on me? What do you do?
What do you do?
Ooh, what do you
And
do,
you've been
Mike?
cheating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You lie.
You lie.
Right.
And I believe you lie because
You don't want to lose them.
you care about their feelings. Because if you tell the truth, like, yeah, I've been messing around with Susie, that will crush her.
Yeah.
And that'll make her insecure.
Yes.
So do you got a lot to those you care about? Or do you tell the truth?
You don't put yourself in this situation, number one.
No, that's number one. That's number one.
The second thing, like going back to what he said, my wife cooks for me. When she cooks for me, everything is not always delicious. It's always pretty good, but it's not always the best.
Yeah.
And so I think she appreciates. It's a way that you say certain things and how you articulate yourself. You don't, if she asks me, "How's the chicken, babe?" It's like you said, it's pretty good. Yeah. I think that maybe we could use a little bit more seasoning, but I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad. They'll appreciate and they'll take that.
You know what? Can men handle the truth? Let's say we're in the bedroom, right?
Okay.
Oh, we're in the bedroom. And let's say you ain't been doing what you need to be doing in the bedroom, and your woman come and tell you, "Hey, baby, this ain't cutting it." Can we handle that as men?
We have to train ourselves. We have to train ourselves to do that.
Let's just keep it real. What do you mean train yourself?
It's gonna hurt.
That's tough. It's gonna hurt you.
It's gonna hurt.
Like, dang, but I'd rather you tell me, I like that way I know. Don't tell me I'm
doing
a great job and I'm thinking I'm killing you or doing a great job and I'm not. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Tell me like it ain't terrible, but I want to be able to please you. So if whatever's gonna make me better at pleasing you, let me know. Don't lie to me.
So you want a woman to tell you the truth in a nice way?
Yes. Don't say you're trash.
It's always how you say it.
So how would you want? How would you want your lady to tell you that you're not doing well in bed?
Baby, it's good, but next time can you like pay more attention to this right here?
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Easy as that.
Easy as it.
Because
and you won't feel some type of way.
No, because obviously,
look,
it's not all about me. It's about both of us in this situation.
That's the PC answer. Let me tell you the truth. We all will feel some sort of way at first, and then you have to like train yourself to like understand that hey, it is not just about us, and she's being truthful with me. Then you try to correct yourself, but at the same time, I feel like I know me personally. It'll probably sting at first, like,
I'm not getting it done.
I'm not getting it done, okay. But I'm competitive. I mean, I'm gonna make sure that I figure that out. But I would rather be with somebody who's gonna tell me the truth and feel comfortable telling me the truth rather than just lying to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's where cheating and stuff comes from.
Because Ali, you live in a world where you deal with people all the time. How important do you think bluntness should be? Should you just be direct to the point, or should you navigate to get to someone when it comes to telling the truth?
You definitely gotta be very, very blunt. Like especially in the real estate world, you gotta come in strong. You gotta come in very, very blunt. But there are definitely times where it's not necessarily like hiding from the truth, but there's information that you just don't really construe too much.
Yeah.
Just because it can put you in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But being blunt is definitely key.
Mike, do you find yourself being blunt with people, or are you the type to?
No, I don't find myself being blunt. I try to maneuver around it. Typically.
Why is that?
I don't know, because I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Yeah,
that could be a downfall sometimes.
Yeah, it could be, but
I'm like that.
I guess it depends on the person. Sometimes you got to be straight up with them. But sometimes you got to kind of maneuver around it and not make somebody feel terrible about themselves.
But don't people need bluntness, though? Don't people need that?
No.
Sometimes.
So Mike made a really good point. Scientifically, our brains, like we try to avoid conflict. In sociology, they teach you that.
Yeah.
We naturally try to avoid conflict or issues or problems.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people will either lie or they won't be blunt because they don't want no problems.
Right.
They don't want to get into that argument. They don't want to put up that wall. They don't want to get defensive. So it's like it's hard for us to break out of that.
I've noticed that the most successful people are the ones who are more blunt and direct.
Yeah.
This guy right here, I've listened to his conversations in the past 2 or 3 years, and it kind of motivated me to kind of work on that. People at my job, people who are in higher ranking positions, extremely blunt. And it's one of those things where you have to be comfortable in these situations with being real. Even if it's not the most favorable way, I think there's 2 ways to go about it. You got to be able to be blunt, but you also have got to be able to like have emotional intelligence and know how to say certain things to certain people. Yeah. Everybody's not going to respond to the same way, but you still need to get your point across.
So are you being blunt if you're?
Yeah.
Is that being blunt if you're like you said emotional intelligence?
Yeah. You're delivering the same message, but you're just doing it in a different way.
It's not. I don't feel like it's blunt then if you're knowing who you're dealing with. Blunt it's like all right, I got a teammate, right? And he's sorry.
You suck.
Bro, you sorry.
That's blunt.
You telling him you sorry, and then saying, "Hey, man, you got to work on you got to work on this. You got to work on getting better at that, because that's not gonna cut it." That's saying the same thing.
But are you gonna say that? That's not like how would you deal with that? Like, say you got a teammate and he ain't got it.
Me personally, I'm like, I'm not gonna say that you're trash. I'm gonna be like, bro, we got to work on this, and that.
Right.
Because if you come, to opposite, when you come like hard on him, it's gonna crush him.
So to me, being blunt is saying, bro, you ain't got it.
No, that's you being hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just being hard. Being blunt and being hard is two different things.
Then?
Blunt is
Blunt
telling
is
them
the
what you
hard,
truly
honest
the truth.
truth.
The
That's
truth.
I feel like
It's
that's
the hard,
truth.
honest truth. What he said. Blunt is.
I know,
blunt is
but there's
like,
but there's a
I'm not
I know,
trying
but
to
there's a
stroke your ego or
constructive
anything like that.
criticism way to do it. You know,
Right.
You're trying to criticize someone, or you're trying to help build. You know, trying to help build somebody.
You
So-
said that you avoid
So
that.
what about like, say you got a teammate, he's had a terrible day at practice, or, bro, you had a really bad day today.
In that situation, I think you got to know your player in that situation.
Emotional
with me,
intelligence.
Have you
I
ever
think-
told somebody, bro, you had a really bad day?
No. With me, like my coaches can tell me, KJ, you're not cutting it. This was a bad game. If there's another player, you know what you got to do with some players? You got to like,
You gotta.
you got to.
It's okay, little baby.
Yeah, you got to wipe it a little bit. And because some people shut down when you tell them the truth.
Yeah.
And so I think if you want to get the best out of the people, you got to know how to tell people
Exactly.
certain things.
Yeah.
I want to piggyback on something that they said. They said that most successful people are blunt. I think that I don't think that you start off like that though. You have to build your way to that point. Like successful people, if they're blunt, I think it's because they really don't have to be like they're at the top. So if they hurt your feelings, they ain't got to worry about anything. Like, I mean, I'm the head honcho.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So why do I have to stroke your ego or whatever?
Yeah.
Or why do I have to care about your feelings?
I guess just to answer your question though, the difference between being blunt in my mind is when you first asked the question, you said that you avoid like telling somebody something that you don't, that'll make them feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't avoid it, but I'm working on trying to find the best way to get that message across to you.
Maybe that's more what I meant. Like, I'm not just gonna be like, hey, it was terrible. Hey,
Yeah.
you need to fix a couple things.
Yeah.
Change it a little bit.
Do y'all want to know what the number one lie is?
What's that?
Y'all want to know what the number one lie is that people say every single day?
What?
I'm gonna do it.
Nope. When you ask them, hey, how you doing? You know what they say? Good. I'm fine. Knowing dang well that they just miserable, just
Something bad
life
happened.
ain't going the way they want. Why do people, when you say, hey, how you doing? They say, oh, I'm good. Oh, I'm fine.
That's condition.
Keep it going.
No, we're just conditioned.
'Cause
to
if
do
I
it.
talk about my problems,
because
you don't care.
if you come to me asking me how you doing, are you really asking me how am I doing? No, it's just a
Formality.
polite formality. Go in here. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm good. Good, and you?
Keep it
and then
moving.
keep it going.
Mike, I've known you for several years. I think you should know that I care about your feelings. If I see you at the restaurant, I'm like, what's up, bro? How you doing? Like, bro, why can't you say, bro, I'm struggling? Or, bro, I'm not doing it.
I could, but I feel like that's a little bit different. But like
You have a relationship.
like that's a relationship. But like, say it's somebody in passing that you see, like, or like say you run into somebody at a restaurant in the area. Like, hey, what's good, bro? How you doing? I'm straight, bro. How you? Good. All right,
Yeah.
keep it pushing.
Well, I'm talking about friendships. Let's say we're all friends.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, man, what's up, man? How you been? Everything good? Yeah, you be like, yeah, man, I'm good. How you doing?
See, see. The thing is, how are you doing? Is kind of like a hello these days. Cause we're so conditioned to be like, oh, I'm just fine. But I think that when you ask it in a different environment, say if it's just one-on-one and we're having dinner, and then you say something along the lines of, I know you've been kind of disconnected. Like, how's everything going? That'd be different. I'd respond differently.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't hit you with a, I'm fine. I'll tell you. I'd open up.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way that you ask it.
Yeah.
That's
So
how
we
I
just
ask it.
meet each other one-on-one, like, well, how you doing, man? And somebody say, I'm feeling like hell.
It's weird to say
that's
something.
not
It
socially
is.
acceptable.
But the thing
Nah,
is,
it's weird, bro.
Because I'm gonna tell you this: if you ask the person that you not us or whatever, and they get to breaking like their life story and stuff, how you gonna feel? You gonna be like, dang, I ain't really want to know.
it's exactly like that.
I
Like
really was just being nice.
Hey, like, damn, it got serious.
Then you gonna
all
walk
of a
away
sudden.
and be like, hey, I'm not.
and then you caught off guard. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh, you.
And don't let you be in a rush to go somewhere.
I shouldn't have asked
You
that
want to know
question.
the truth?
Hey, I'm gonna call you back later.
I'm like, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, I just had the worst day of my freaking life.
I want to kill myself.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, how do you respond to that?
So you can't do it. You can't be like, oh, I'm struggling when somebody say how you doing.
I mean, you could.
I would only do it with people who I trust and I know they were genuine when they asked the question.
Okay.
Outside of you, my wife, and a couple people, I would never in my life start pouring out my life story.
Why
Last time I talked to Nate,
why
he
can't
was
we be
struggling.
authentic to all the people that?
Because so it's not being authentic, that's protecting yourself. I think a lot of people don't really care. They don't, and like you said, when they ask you that question, they ask you that question expecting, oh, I'm good, shake hands, let's keep it pushing.
Yeah.
I'm not about to push my life on you. I know for a fact that you don't really care about it like that. That's just, I don't know. That's just
But you don't know if they don't really care.
But I believe in
You
protecting
could.
yourself.
Man, see, I disagree, Phil. I feel like if you just come to someone and they ask you how you doing, that person could make your day. That person could save your life if you tell them how you really feel.
Maybe.
Versus walking around like life is good.
Well, I think you also can will yourself to having a good life. So if I'm walking around being a victim to everything in life, of course, yeah, things gonna seem horrible. But I choose to think about the positive stuff even through when I'm going through something or I'm struggling, and I just don't think about it. I don't harp on it, and it makes me have a better day because I'm not focusing on that bad stuff.
But you are going. But I think the key word there that you said is that you are going through something. So
We all are.
So you're actually trying to avoid that thing that is actually
The truth.
the truth, reality of what's really going on. You said I'm trying to focus on the positive things. But it's still gonna be there even though you got positive things going on.
Which is true. But this is something I listened to in this podcast a couple weeks ago, and I forgot the guy's name, but he said that your mind is like fertile land. Fertile land doesn't. It don't matter what you plant, it's gonna grow. So you can plant crops and it can grow and prosper, or you can also plant something that's poisonous and it can take over everything and just destroy everything that you planted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about the positive stuff, and I think even though we do go through things, if you just focus more on the positive side of things and you don't feel like a victim, like everybody going through something, everybody is, all of us. So it's like if you don't focus on that and you focus on the positive and you allow that to grow, positive gonna come to you. And it seems to have worked with pretty much everybody in this room. When I talk to y'all, we all going through something, but y'all don't. We don't usually talk about negative stuff all the time. We talk about it more positive than anything.
Yeah. All right, fellas. So we live in a world where we can see some people that lie to themselves. I've been rapping for 8-9 years. I'm about to sign with
Duval
with
did
Jay-Z.
it.
Yeah.
Duval did it. Why can't I?
We see a lot of people that lie to themselves, not truthful with themselves. Have you seen that, Mike?
Yeah.
So what do you do when you see someone that's lying to themselves? As a friend, what do you do? As a friend, you love this person. I see, like, dog, you're not being realistic. This is not happening for you.
Well, hold on. You can't. That's another thing, because it's a thin line between somebody perceiving you, telling them that is either hating or being real. So you gotta know your audience, and you got to present it to them in the right way where they will be receptive to it.
If you my friend, though, I feel like you should be able to. You
should know them.
You should know them.
Friends,
Yeah.
I know you're not hating on me.
Right, and you should also know your friends and know that there's a certain way I got to position
Yeah,
it.
now that's true. But if you're my real friend, I'm not gonna think you hating. I'm just gonna be like, okay, maybe I am tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Oh, so you see, let's say you got a homie, right? That's been rapping for several years. That's trying to make it to the top.
Like 3 years?
No, like 5, 6, no, like 7 years.
Okay, yeah, it's time to.
No. But hold on.
Look,
Now you gotta
let me say
understand.
something real quick. I only have an issue with it if it's like, okay, you've been doing this long, but it's coming to the point where, hey Tez, can you help me pay this right here off? Or hey Tez, I'm kind of short on this right here. Now, if it gets like that, then it's a problem. But as long as you're taking care of your own bills, taking care of your own business.
What's wrong with that?
No.
No, I'm saying like you've been doing this for 7 years, and that's to the point where you're getting in debt. Like, it's time for me to tell you, look, dude, it's time for you to get a job, bro. I can't keep giving you all this money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You get what I'm saying, Ali?
I can see that. I think that well, people. So there's two things that you got to understand when you give someone criticism. You got constructive criticism and you got destructive criticism.
Go ahead and
Okay,
speak to him, Ali.
So when you got a friend, it's been 6-7 years trying to follow their dreams. Sometimes it's like you think that they'll understand when you come to them and say, "Hey, man, it's time to hang it up." That's destructive.
Right.
They got to go. This is what they love doing. So instead, I'm gonna go on the constructive side and I'm gonna say, what do we got to do to get you to where you're trying to go? Here are the issues that we got to focus on. You're not getting enough marketing. You're not getting enough looks. And you know what? If you need some money, I might not be able to get you every single time, but let's figure out a way how we can get you that money that you need in order for you to keep following your dreams.
So what if it's an unrealistic thing, though? Alex?
Nothing's unrealistic.
If following your dreams is hindering our relationship, is that really like helping us though?
I mean, if it is hindering your relationship,
That's what I'm saying. You asking me for money at
I
this
know that's what I'm
point.
saying. If it is hindering your relationship, you got to figure out a way how it won't hinder it. Because you're giving them money, so you giving them money, that's a problem,
Right.
right? So now it's like, okay, instead of you, Tez, giving them money, I'm gonna help you, friend, figure out how we can get you money elsewhere, so that way you can keep doing what you're doing.
And you also have to understand that we are not the judge and jury. So
Exactly.
even if it's taken 8 to 10 years, your message has to be clear. You can't say it's time for you to hang it up
Yeah,
because
you
you're not
can't,
gonna
man.
make it. Because that 9th or 10th year could be when they do make it. Now
Yeah.
you
tell
could,
you
but
get
you
a
could
job,
say
though.
you could, huh?
I'm gonna tell you, like, you can still follow your dreams, but I think you should do something on the side. To
Right. That's a
fund your
different
dreams.
message
Yeah,
than
it's
saying
different.
that you're not
That's what I'm
gonna
saying.
make it.
No, don't let them swing to you, Montez. Sometimes you gotta say, forget your dreams. This is not happening for you. Move on.
That's what
I
I'm-
love
that's
you.
what
I
I'm
care
saying.
about
Yeah.
you.
Who are we to say that to
I'm
somebody?
good. A good friend.
No,
So
it's like-
hold on. A good friend, you can in your mind, you don't think they can make it, but you can't sit here and tell
Nate,
somebody.
Why can't
Nate,
that they-
it'd be like you'd be like right now. All right, I'm ready to quit my job. I think I still got it. I'm about to go try to be in the NBA.
So that is unrealistic
Okay.
in my mind. But
Hey,
you
yo.
know how I say it to somebody? I say, look, bro, don't quit your job, bro. If you're gonna try it, you just gotta understand that it's already hard to get to the NBA if you're 18, 19, fresh, got fresh legs and your athleticism is on your side. Please don't quit your job and put yourself in a bad position. If you're gonna work on it afterwards, after work and all things like that, that's fine. But don't put yourself in a bad position.
No,
What
Nate,
if
man,
they say,
I
I'm
gotta
putting
figure out
my
on his
eggs
own.
in one basket.
I gotta-
You give them hope then, Nate. You
Yeah.
give 'em hope.
I can't kill your dreams.
I
You
feel like
gotta
as a
find it out
friend,
yourself.
I feel like as a friend, you have to tell me the truth.
Some stuff is unrealistic.
But you know what?
You know what? Let me. Okay,
Me
I
being
got,
27 trying to go to the NBA.
Bro, you can like who are you to judge? Though?
Ali, you can't go to the NBA. Let's say that right.
You
I'm gonna
cannot
say
go
that
to the
you're not going to the NBA.
If I really,
If you really try really
I
hard,
don't care how hard you try.
Well, I say
want
it,
to.
like if I really want, like if I had a goal to try to make it to the NBA, I could probably get somewhere in that realm.
You can go overseas.
Of basketball life. I can get somewhere in that realm, and maybe I might not be able to make it. But tell you what, if I even get an opportunity, to even play in the D League or even practice on the squad, I'd be happy with that.
That's not.
I'm gonna tell you. No,
But
hold
is
on.
that even realistic?
That's not even. That's not gonna happen either.
Why is it not realistic? How is it not realistic?
Cause like it's like a certain window you have to even get an
bro.
opportunity.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
At a certain age, they don't even look at you.
Okay. Let's say not the NBA then. Let's say something else. Let's go back to rap music. Go back to rap music.
Okay.
You don't have to be any age.
Right.
No, you don't. That's true.
So if you got a friend trying to make it in the game, 6-7 years in, and he's not blowing up, why would you tell someone to just hang it up?
Who are we to tell?
Yeah,
them
who
that?
are we to tell someone to hang it up?
Well, I guess if you're thinking about rap, yeah, you can rap your whole life, but there's the possibility of you like blowing up to
The possibility.
I'll leave
Next.
it. Yeah.
Eminem is unlikely,
Slim.
but
Come
you
on,
can still
dog.
you can rap your whole life. Go ahead, but don't make that your only job.
Come on, man.
Right. That's a different message.
Bro, if you came to me saying, KJ, I want to start my own real estate agency, I'm like, go get it, man. I'm going to do everything I can to support you.
Yeah.
But if you came to me on some BS talking about, I want to go to the NBA, I'm going to be like, Ali, no.
Yeah, like that
So
one
we-
time,
we-
like
we-
that one
we got
time
the-
Ali was saying he want to do the tryout for the Seahawks.
You know, if I try really hard, I'm telling you.
Yeah, like,
if I try
dude,
really hard,
okay.
man, I'm out with
You
it.
was serious?
Yeah, he
If I try really hard, I might have got.
he said he could be.
I
a
got
I'm not gonna say never.
Like,
I got something.
I don't know.
And I
about
feel
that
like
one.
if KJ says no, I don't think you should like be mad at KJ.
Yeah, see, I don't think so either. I mean, but you could tell if you got a friend who's serious or not. Obviously, I wasn't like training for football,
Right,
you know.
right.
But you could tell if you got a friend that's serious. And if he is serious and you see him on his game doing his thing, I don't think that it's our place to be like, hey, hang this up.
I would feel some type of way.
If it's realistic, I'm
Bro, if they passionate about it, like if I'm passionate about something and you told me to hang it up, I'd feel offended.
Oh yeah,
Depends on what
I'd
it
be
is.
very offended.
yeah. If I come to you as a friend, I say, "Hey, KJ, man, I think I can do this and I can do that," and you just say, "Nah, bro."
And that's from the heart too, and that's coming from the heart.
Yeah, even
bro.
though he's my friend, that's gonna hurt me. And deep down, I'm gonna
truth
use that as
hurts.
motivation.
The truth
No,
hurts.
but I'm gonna use that as motivation, and I'm gonna go harder at whatever it is. Now, if he came to me and said, "I said, KJ, I want to do this, I want to do that," Nate, that's gonna be tough, bro. You know you're about to be 30. You know, the percentage of chance of you getting it. We could try, but I just want you to know, like, don't make that your plan A, B, C, and everything.
Yeah.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That way, I'll be like, wow, when you think
see.
about it.
Yeah.
You know what you're right. Thanks, bro.
I feel let's reel it back a little bit. Let's reel it back. Going back to telling lies. Do you feel like people lie to feel powerful? To feel, I guess, to control the message, control how they are perceived?
Yes.
Yes.
Does that make sense, Mike? I see you squinting your eyes. Well, how about y'all answer the question for me then, Mike?
Absolutely. I
know
think
what I mean?
so. Absolutely. A lot of times I feel like people lie because they're either trying to fit in or they're trying to look cool.
Yeah.
They're trying to be, the top of the top, in the circle.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's sometimes it's a small lie. Sometimes it's like an over exaggerated truth.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just a blank, plain lie. And it's crazy because when you catch those people up, they keep lying, and they lie so much they actually believe it. They believe their lies. Like it's real to them.
Go talk to an older man. Go and talk to an older man about their younger days. And I guarantee you're going to hear, I've heard the same sort of story. It never ends. It always goes as they'll say, "Oh man, I would have made it to the NFL just like KJ if I wouldn't have blew my knee out, or I would have if my coach would have not been hating on me, man, I would have got more playing time. I was the best kid, I was the best player in
That's
the
the
whole
biggest lie
state
for
of
an
Mississippi."
athlete.
That's most older
Coach
men
didn't like me,
because
man.
they may have been pretty good, but they want to control how
You see them.
you see them and how they
wanna fit in.
Mike,
story.
have you ever lied to, I guess, like fit in or to look cool in someone's eyes? Not lie, but like stretch the truth a little bit?
No.
No?
Come on, dog.
I have, though. I don't really lie.
Like ever in your life, you never.
You never lied to like somewhat impress a girl
Twist
a little
the
bit?
story a little bit.
Like exaggerate a little bit?
Not even a little bit. Just,
Man, lying right
I'm not lying. What I got to lie for?
Man, lying right now.
I think I'm a fairly honest guy.
All right, I got a question for you. Has telling the truth, do you think telling the honest truth to like a girl makes you feel vulnerable to where you can't express how you truly feel about certain situations, so you kind of shy away from the truth because you want to protect yourself?
Yeah, but that's not lying.
stretching.
What is it then?
That's just not giving you all the information. That's not, I'm not coming and saying, oh, I did this, this, and this. No, it's just like me sharing. I don't have to share everything, because if I do share everything, it, like you said, it does make you vulnerable, but I don't think that me not sharing everything is a lie.
So is telling half of the whole truth a lie?
Yeah, that's a lie, but I think
That's what you're doing.
I think it's
That's
two
what you're
different. I think it's two different things.
You think so?
Yeah,
It's different, but it's still
because
falling.
okay, so let's say, how can we do this? Let's say somebody asks you a question. Oh, what'd you do last night? This one will be a lie. Let's say, oh, what did you do last night? Let's say I was out partying. There was a bunch of girls there, and then we ended up going to a strip club. Let's say something like that.
Yeah.
But I just said, "Oh yeah, we just went and hung out. We just went to hang. We went and hang out at a party.
Now what is that?
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Yeah, but I think you were saying like more like sharing, like being vulnerable.
Is that a lie?
It's not a lie.
But you're
It's
not telling the truth.
You're not telling the truth.
You are telling the
Oh,
truth,
you
but you're
tell
not
the
telling.
truth. I'm just not giving you
I'm not
details.
giving you details, but
What you do last night? I
that
hung out.
person's eye is gonna be like, "Oh yeah,
Bro,
you're
he said
you're
at a
lying."
party.
If you're not telling someone the truth, right? If you're just telling like little bits and
But is
pieces, they're gonna believe something else.
But that's
yeah.
what you did.
No. It's like saying, what you do last night? I went to a party. Oh, okay. Then they call you back and be like, damn, you didn't tell me you went to KJ's party. Is that a lie? You didn't lie. You just didn't tell me you went to KJ's party. I went to a party.
And what are you gonna say? Oh, you didn't ask whose it was?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, dog.
Would you get upset? Would you get upset with your girlfriend if she was that way with you?
If I wanted to know more, I would ask more. If I like,
Montez.
if she just answers the question, then
Montez, that's like
I agree with
Nate,
you on
no,
I'm
Nate,
not, that's not lying.
no, Nate's right. You got your girl. She goes out.
Okay.
And she goes, oh, I was just with my girlfriends last night. But she failed to mention that she was with her girlfriends with a bunch of other dudes.
Right.
Well, why was she?
Right.
Why
No.
she gonna say,
Right.
I was.
I didn't, if I say, who are you with?
No,
and she
come
say,
on,
I was
dog.
just with my girlfriends. That's a lie. But
No,
if I say,
no.
That is.
She just hiding the other
If I
half.
say, who are you with? And
she
you
just
just say,
like,
I was just with my
No,
girlfriend,
she goes,
that is a lie.
But
that's
she,
a lie.
no, you said
I'm on
if
your
she
side
was
right here.
just with her girlfriends. If she goes, I was with my girlfriends.
Okay.
That's not a lie, Ali.
So hold
not a
on.
lie.
Hold on. What if the police were asking you questions for an investigation or something, or what if you were you swore to tell the truth or whatever, and they said, what happened? What were you doing on the night of so and so on Friday? And you say, I was out. I was at a party.
Yeah,
and
that's it. That's all you tell them. Then, if they need more information,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
ask.
ask. Oh, who was there?
Yeah.
But
y'all-
what? No. What if they ask that information and then it comes out later after they failed to get that information from you? It comes out later that you withheld some information that was pertinent to that
means
case.
you were lying.
That's gonna be lying, and you can get charged.
Hold on. You don't do their job for them when it comes to that situation. They
I'm
have to
just
do their
saying.
job.
All I'm saying is, if it comes out that you withheld information that you could have given, that is the same as lying,
It's called an
and you will be charged.
investigation. They have to ask you questions.
So should you be investigating your girl?
No, I'm not gonna do that anyway. I'm not gonna do
But
that.
you feel like you should investigate your girl if she's not telling you everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ask her
Like, she should
questions.
just tell you where. Like, be honest. You know what the.
So what do you
want
want to? So if let's say we went somewhere, end up going, let's call it a party that was a bunch of models there. What are you gonna say? Oh, I went to dinner. Oh, and it happened to be this model there, this girl there, this girl
Okay,
there, this
I
girl
feel
there.
you. Okay.
I don't want to know.
It
all
was
that.
so
feel
much
you on that.
fun. You missed out. What
Okay,
do you
I feel
want
you
to
on that. I
say?
feel you on that. That's a good one. That's just too much of the truth. That's too much of the truth.
Like, oh, we was out.
All I did was actually what you do last, and I really was just being nice to
You
show
can't
you
give
that I
details
just wanted
of
to
everything.
I don't want to know everything.
Okay.
Hey, that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, what you need to know everything for? I'm not in here, especially if I didn't do nothing. I'm
That
just
makes sense.
kicking it.
Hit us with another question. We're
Get
going
you
to attack
good
them on the
vibe.
sex.
Yeah.
You guys, have you guys ever met someone or know someone who's a compulsive liar? And it's a friend or a family? And how,
Me and Nate know somebody that lie all the time since we know them.
and how do you really handle that? Because for me, it's like, so my cousin, I got a cousin, lies all the time. All the time. It got so bad to the point where we got in a fight and we had to like fight in order for him to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And then after we got done fighting, he stood up and said, I lied.
Yeah.
You're right. But
Yeah.
till this day, he doesn't lie as much, but he still continues to lie. But like I said earlier, he lies so much he believes it.
Yeah.
How do you help that type of person? Like, you always catch him up.
You
Like,
can't
what
help
do you
them,
do?
Ali. You can't help them. You just got to know this person. And you just got to know they are a liar. And everything they say, you gotta be like,
Question it.
You got to question everything.
nah.
It don't sound like
you
it.
got to just know this person. And I have a friend. I just became numb to it.
You just ignore it?
I just become numb to it. I was like, bro, you're lying.
Bro, I know, but it's a problem though. It's almost like a sickness.
I have
Like,
no desires to help people that
I mean,
lie all the
you try to
time.
help. You try to help, and you gotta be like, hey, bro. All right,
You ain't got to lie to me.
like,
bro.
man, you lie. You know you lie all the time. And
It's
you
different.
You just pointed out, like, bro, you lied. You said you're gonna do this, and then you
don't
knew
do
you weren't
it.
even gonna do it.
Mike actually called me out, like, back in my rookie. I used to lie about little stupid stuff all the time. Him and Malcolm was calling me out on stuff, which I appreciated. And so that's a good point. Sometimes
You don't lie
probably-
as much anymore.
You're right.
But how many times have we called out this person online? Like, I mean, it's one thing if you ask somebody a question or you ask them for a favor and they lie to you and say in response.
Yeah.
There's another thing when you just minding your business, somebody call you, just randomly call you and give you just 5
Just
or 6
lie.
lies for
5
no
or 6
reason.
lies.
Outrageous lies for no reason. It's like, I didn't ask for this. And after a while, what do? Like, I don't talk to him as much. I still got a lot of love for him, but it's like after a while, you just don't want to deal with it.
Numb to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't really do anything. All right, cool.
Do you still want to be that person's friend?
You can't stop having like love for them.
Yeah,
They
do you-
still your
do
partner.
You can have love for somebody and not be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, fellas, that's it, man. I appreciate y'all joining me, Nate, Montez.
Thanks for
we
having
enjoyed
me.
it.
Man.
Yeah.
I think we all came to the conclusion there are some good lies. There's some bad lies. Sometimes you shouldn't tell the whole truth. Sometimes you just tell nothing but the truth.
Right.
So you got to find that fine balance in whatever works for you.
Agreed.
So we appreciate y'all for joining us.
Make sure you subscribe, comment,
leave a comment.
because we ain't getting enough comments, man. Are y'all not feeling us or what?
Yeah. Just let us know.
Be
Let us
honest.
know.
Hey,
And make
just
requests.
say.
Make requests. Whatever you want to talk about. We appreciate y'all joining us. We'll see y'all next time.
out.
Topic of discussion.
Peace.